All right, people, what is good? What is good? I know it's been a while since I've done one of these videos on this channel, let alone a VF cast, but I want you guys to know I am so happy that you guys are patient. I really appreciate it, and I will definitely make it up to you in 2023. Today is December 31st, 2022, and I'm going to talk about the games that I have enjoyed for this year. So, we're going to get into this to the point where it's going to be a lot of games I'm talking about. There's a lot of games that I'm going to discuss, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts and opinions on the games that I've played. I have not necessarily beaten every game here. Well, it's probably two of the games on here I did not beat yet. So I'll just say that. And it's really a treat to actually enjoy games like after you had a long day at work or you had a long week and you get to the weekend and all this other stuff and you finally get a chance to unwind and play some games and also get a chance to play games, with my son because he's just started playing games now and it's been really dope to watch my son learn how to play these games. So if you've been watching me on Twitter, if you've been following me on Twitter and you see all these notifications that I got this achievement or I got this trophy in Paw Patrol or whatever, or Cars, like Cars 3 or whatever the case may be, it's him. He's been playing the Paw Patrol games. It's not me. So though that's his thing, and it's awesome to watch him play. But for me, it's just been a lot of games that I've been playing that I've been enjoying, and hopefully you guys hang around and watch this episode. If this is your first time here, welcome. I talk about games and everything under that umbrella, and I'm really going to get into all of that. But first, I just got this notification, and one thing about me, I've been really big on football games, and I haven't been playing a lot of football games for a while now, especially the newer ones. And I'm about to give you a reason why, because before I get into the games that I was playing, EA Sports just came out with this announcement on its general discussion and updates, and I want to share this with you guys. And it's one of the reasons why I don't play football games because these football games are like actually in a really bad shape. So real quick, I'm gonna run this by you guys. This is on answers at EA.com. I guess I'll put the link down in the description if you want to read this. It's not much of a read, it's probably about a 30-second read or yeah, if that. It was posted about 45 minutes ago before I started recording. So I really wanted to talk about this. So one of the guys from the EA Madden team put out, "Hello Madden franchise community. We wanted to provide you with an update and steps on our online franchise, CFM leagues, and face of the franchise saves from December 28th. Now, I'm a big franchise guy. I like to play franchise mode, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't been playing because of stuff like this. On Wednesday, 12/28, around 2:25 p.m., players were trying to access franchise servers were given an error that the leagues were unavailable. The issue persisted until 12:45 a.m. on Thursday, 12/29. Unfortunately, if you logged into franchise leagues during this time, your data was affected due to a data shortage resulted in franchise files being corrupted. First of all, we are sorry that this happened. We know how important your franchise are to you, and we are actively working on a fix to restore some of the files via backup as soon as possible. However, not all affected leagues can be restored. Listen to this. The team is currently projecting around 40% of the leagues to be recovered. That's more than half. That is 60% of the leagues that's been in Madden 23, they're gone. And they're projecting that to be. So it could be lower than that. When they project something, that means we're hoping to get to that point. It's 40% of the leagues to be recovered. So you're probably looking at anywhere between 60 to 70% of the leagues are gone. That is horrible. We will communicate and update a timeline next week on the potential restoration of save files and backups. First of all, I'm gonna tell you this right here before I get any further with this. Never put your saves file in the cloud. And if you do, have a backup on your hard drive because of stuff like this. Put your backup saves on your hard drive. You got a gigabyte worth of on your hard drive to begin with. Some people have 2, 3, 4. I have 5 GB on my PS5. And anything that I save, even if it goes to the cloud by PS Plus, it's going to the hard drive. Same thing with my Xbox. It's going to the hard drive because I don't want to be losing anything. I made that mistake one time uh when I lost my save file on my Tiger Woods. Um uh it was a Tiger Woods 2014 for PS3. But how I lost that was I changed the hard drive out on my PS3 and forgot to save that one particular file for some reason. And I had to restart my entire uh career. Same thing with Remnant of the Ashes. I had that issue with that on my PC where that file just got corrupted, but that's another story. I didn't cloud save that, but my file but you just hate when that happens. Well, Madden 23 is just in a terrible state. I hate for that to be that way, but that's just the way it is. So hopefully if you're still enjoying the game, good luck. I didn't touch the game at all this year, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't because it's just been terrible all the way around. Not only just with this, but with the gameplay itself, it just hasn't been up to par. And I hate that because I love football. I love football a lot. Nevertheless, let's get into the games that I enjoyed. I'm going to start with the games that are digital that I enjoyed. First of all, Insurgency Sandstorm. Love that game. I've been playing that game probably since I played ever since 2017. I've been on Insurgency. And the Sandstorm is the sequel. And finally, a lot of guys that are on consoles finally got a chance to play the game. I'm so glad that they were able to play it. There are actually a lot of people on console actually enjoying it after asking over and over for the guys in Insurgency to get the game on consoles. They finally got it. It's on Game Pass on Xbox if you want to try it. I highly, highly recommend it. So that is the first game that I enjoyed in 2022. Next game is the game I just got finished talking about, Remnant of the Ashes. I played this game on Xbox. I've played this game on PC, and I pretty much almost finished it on Xbox, but I wanted the PC version, so I bought that. I played that. My file got corrupted, and I got to start over that game again, but it's well worth it. I want to finish this game before the second one comes out, so Remnant 2, I can't wait for that, because Remnant for that is really underrated game. I think this game's been out for a few years now, but it's a very underrated game, and if you haven't tried it, I don't know why. I think, especially if you like third-person shooters, I think you will absolutely enjoy Remnant of the Ashes. It has a pretty decent storyline. It's a pretty good shooting mechanics. The enemies aren't too bad. It can be a little bit difficult at times, but if you have good reflexes and know how to play third-person shooters, you will love this game. I highly recommend it. Remnant of the Ashes. I've been playing it on Xbox, and now I've been playing it on Steam. Control. Now, what is it about Control that I like? Now, if you know anything about Control, I basically played and live streamed this game. Control Ultimate Edition. I did not play the other DLC, but I did complete this game. I thought this game was really good. Another third-person shooter game that I highly recommend. If you like the Alan Wakes of the world, or if you like Quantum Break or anything like that, you would really like these games. You like this game. It can get a little tedious at times, a little difficult, but I think it was a really good story, and I think the game was pretty cool. It was a little mind bending a little bit, but I recommend it. I do have it on my PS5, but I can't find the original copy or the hard copy of the game. I don't know if I gave it to my nephew or whatever the case may be, but I cannot find it anywhere in this room. But nevertheless, I may end up picking it up again, but I did get it for free on Epic Game Store. So if I do have the niche to play it again, I probably would do it that way. So yeah, Control, fairly good game. I highly recommend it. It's not that bad at all. Last game I want to talk about is Outriders, another third-person shooter. This game right here came out around the same time, a little bit after the PS5 and the Xbox One came out. So it's been out for a while now. But this game is really, really good. I think this game's got a bad rap. A lot of people don't look at this game. It's kind of remind me a lot of like Remnant of the Ashes and another good third-person looter shooter type of game. If you want to get it with a bunch of friends and play a good third-person shooter where you guys work together, this is a really good game. Even if you play solo, this is another good game to play. I've live streamed this game a couple of times. I played it on Xbox a little bit, and then I played it on my Xbox Series, and I realized the jump from frame rate and going from between 60 and 30 on the Xbox, the jumping up to the 60 to 120. I think it goes up to 120 at sometimes on the series. Phenomenal difference. And I mean, you can't get any better than that. Also, I got this game on PS5 now, and I bought the DLC content and everything, so I'm definitely going to go back and play more of that. Like I said, I've been playing it recently, but I need to get back into, because between all the other games I play, I haven't really got into it, but I really want to get through this game because I don't know how much more support this game is going to get. I think the game did pretty good. I think the guys from People Can Fly did a phenomenal job with the game, even though they haven't really been compensated. As of one of the videos I did a while back, they didn't really get compensated for the game, and it kind of sucks because it's actually a really good game. So hopefully they'll make enough money to make a second one, or they do something different, because I know they got a couple of expansion packs out. Hopefully they'll keep it up, because I really enjoyed the game. I like it a lot. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the other games that we have, and we're just going to get into it. So let's go ahead and get into the other games that I have, and we're going to start with all the games that you pretty much know me to play on, and that I play. And it goes without saying, I just got finished talking about the football stuff, and these two games I've been playing since pretty much day one, and it's games I always enjoyed. I can't get away from these. NCAA 08, Madden 08, these two games are phenomenal. You cannot go wrong with these games. Highly recommend them. You can take the draft classes from one football game and move them to the next. And a lot of guys that I've seen that were created on this game as freshmen, I remember recruiting them. They turn out to be superstars in this game. It's just a phenomenal set of games to play, and I highly recommend you get any of the Maddens that's from the PS2, Xbox 360, Xbox original Xbox era. So I highly recommend that. Sorry about that. I was kind of a little slip up. Sticking with the PS2, there's another game that I've been playing that I bought. I didn't even know this game was this good, but when I bought it, I still stand by this. I think this is the best baseball game I've ever played. It's probably the best baseball game I've ever played. It's not even close, in my opinion. MLB The Show 07. I think this game is absolutely phenomenal. I bought this game a while back, and I was like, okay, I like MLB The Show. I did not like how some of the games are going recently, like on the PS5 or the Xbox series, because the game is on Xbox now. And I was really fond of MLB The Show 14, but I didn't really want to play that game. So I was in a store one day and I said, hey, this is 07. I've heard some things about this. I'm gonna play it. This game has everything you would want as far as baseball, not only just on the field, but the business side of it. And ratings really matter. Like I'm playing with the Braves, like Chipper Jones and Andrew Jones are just like killing it. But then again, you got another, like you got other players on the team just not doing that well. I mean, they're doing okay, but the superstars really shine in this game. The pitching is pretty cool. The AI is nice. You really have to drag it out to win certain games, especially against your rivals. I'm probably about 30 games deep in this, into a 162 game season. I don't know how long I'm gonna play this game, but as far as the franchise mode go, I don't think you can get any better than this. I think this is one of the best ones. It's just something about the PlayStation 2 original Xbox era where they really put an emphasis on those type of things. So phenomenal game, highly recommended. Another game that I'm going to talk about is a game that I've made a video on not too long ago. It's a Dreamcast game, and I think this game gets a bad rap. I think it's really good. Vanishing Point for the Dreamcast. I did a video on this. You can go check that video out. I'll probably put a card up so you can check it out. This game runs very well. 60 frames per second. The draw distance is good. There's not much pop in and pop out because you know how some games of this era have a pop in when things are down the road or whatever. This game does very well, and with it being on the Dreamcast, you just can't go wrong with it. Very excellent graphics. The Dreamcast just holds up very well today, and it has very good graphics for its time. Highly recommend Vanishing Point. Another really good game. Sticking with the sixth generation, I'm going to go jump to another game. A lot of people may not think that this is one of the games that I really would, that I enjoyed this year, but I had a ton of fun in it with this game. Star Fox Assault for the GameCube. Listen, a lot of people don't talk about this game that much, but when you talk about like on rail shooters and you can get out and drive other vehicles and it actually has a third person shooting option in this game has a lot going for itself. I know this game came out what 2004, 2003 or whatever. I can't remember when this game came out, but really good game. Highly recommend it. This game's going up in price a little bit, so just like all GameCube games are. But if you want to play this game, uh, you could. I think the only way you play it is on the GameCube. But I recommend. Especially there's not any Star Fox games coming out now, so if you had to pay $50 or $60 for this game, I mean, I think it's worth it. I mean, because what other Star Fox game is out right now? You know. Jumping to the fifth generation, not 10, but five. Fifth generation. We jump to the fifth generation, and this is a game that I've loved since 1993. A game that I was amazed by when I saw it in the arcades. And ever since this game came out, I wanted every version of this game. I have this game on the Super Nintendo. I have it on the Sega Genesis. I have it on the Saturn. I want the 32X version, but I don't have a 32X. I want the Jaguar version, but I don't have the Jaguar. They do have some handheld versions of the game. I don't play handhelds that much, but I managed to get this game on the PlayStation as well. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. This game, this game will forever be awesome. I actually thought about buying an arcade one-up of this, but I did a video about the arcade one-up as well, so you already know how I feel about that. This game is great. Now, what set this game apart from all the other NBA Jams, I will say, all of them. The Saturn, Jaguar, 32X, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all those games there, the difficulty level is more catered to the console version. Not this game. This game is difficult. This game will beat you down if you don't watch it, even on the smallest difficulty. So I've been enjoying this game because I've been trying to beat all 27. Yes, there were 2017s back then. You know, there were no I don't think there were no Vancouver Grizzlies or anything like that in the game back then. But this game is hard. And this will give you a run for your money if you don't watch it. I am trying to beat all 27 teams on a difficult level because all the other games I pretty much beat or I've played and they were kind of too easy. So this is giving me a challenge. This game is going up in price as well. You could probably find this for a pretty decent price for the Saturn, but how many people own a Saturn now? Or if you get the Super Nintendo or the Genesis version, it's not too bad. But this in the Saturn version is like nearly like arcade graphic perfect type deal. It's a very good looking game. So highly recommend it. Now we're getting off the fifth and sixth generations. We're going up a little bit. We're getting into the PlayStation 3 era. And I will say this. I don't know how I feel about this game per se. I thought it was really interesting that they put it on PS3, but I really enjoyed it. This is the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. Now, I'm not talking about Sons of Liberty, and I'm not talking about Snake Eater. I'm not talking about 2 or 3. I'm talking about this game right here, Peace Walker. This is the PSP version of Metal Gear Solid. Now, I think this game would turn out to be really good. For a PSP game, it runs at a solid 60 frames per second on here. The graphics look really good for a PSP game because they upgraded it. And Peace Walker is actually, I think it's like a bridge gap between, I want to say Snake Eater and the Phantom Pain. I think I got that right. Or it could have been, Peace Walker could have been before Snake Eater. One of the two. Nevertheless, great game. I recommend you picking this up already. Get this as it is. This is what you should get. The HD collection, Metal Gear Solid. I think is a really good game. I highly, highly recommend it. And why not jump into that? Um, Next game, back to the PS3 era. My son has been big on Sonic. Not only just Paw Patrol, but Sonic. Sonic has been a game that he's been wanting to play, and he's been really good at Sonic 2 lately. I jumped back into the Sonic craze as well. And but I didn't play like any of the 2D ones. I'll take that back. I did play a 2D game. I played Sonic Mania, but I played more of that in 2021. I didn't play much of that this year. But there's a game I did go back and play in 2022. This was Sonic Generations. Now, I like Sonic Mania because it goes back to that old school feel. But Sonic Generations give you a little bit of both. Now, I have this on PS3 and PC. If you have a PC, I highly recommend you playing it on PC because it's not hard to get that game to run at 4K. And the game is so colorful and beautiful, and it runs so fast. The frame rate issues is not a issue. It shouldn't be a problem if you have a decent PC. You should be able to run that game at a very high frame rate and a very high resolution. But I've been playing this on PS3 just because I had it already, and I don't like, at least try to play the physical copies of games when I have them. And I recommend this. It's a 2D and 3D mix of Sonic Generations, and it's actually a pretty good game. So I really enjoyed this. My son's been over here playing Sonic 2, him and my wife, and I've been playing Sonic Generations. So highly, highly recommend it. Now we're jumping to the PS4, and we're going to get into a few games that I've played on the PS4, quote unquote PS5. One of the games that I've been playing is Capcom Fighting Collection. I bought this game for the PS4. I am a big fan of 2D fighters, so we'll talk about some of those upcoming as well. But this has all the Darkstalkers collection, which I already had on PS2 for the Japanese version, but I wanted to support this game because I want a new Darkstalker. So they have all the Darkstalkers on here. They actually have Hyper Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, which I have that on PS2 as well. And also at the end of the day, I have Red. Oh, I'm sorry. It has Red Earth, which is a game that never was released on consoles. Gym Fighter, Cyberbots, which was on the Saturn, which a game I said I was gonna buy on the Saturn, but I didn't because I ended up getting this. I may end up still buying it on the Saturn. And Super Puzzle Fighter, which you can get that almost anywhere. So this is a really good compilation. I highly recommend if you like 2D fighters, you want to play them on a modern console, because you can play it on PS5 as well. Another PS4, PS5 game I've been playing, which I find absolutely phenomenal, and I'm mad at myself. I started playing this on the tail end of 2022, probably around September, October. Should have been playing this day one. King of Fighters 15. Now, this is the PS4 version, but you also get the PS5 upgrade. You can see it right there. PS5 upgrade. So I've been playing this on the PS5, but I couldn't find a PS5 copy anywhere. But I got the PS4 version, and it has the upgrade. So cool. I have the PS5 version. Excellent, excellent fighting game. I thought King of Fighters 14 was pretty good. I thought it was phenomenal. But this game here, my God, this game is good as well. And I highly, highly recommend it if you're a King of Fighters fan. I'm pretty sure everybody probably got it already that likes it. Not much to say about it, but it's just a really smooth and really good fighting game. Very smooth. Now, getting away from the fighting games, but we will get back to the fighting games before this episode is over. Another game that I got on the PS4, but I do play on the PS5. I enjoy playing this game. NBA 2K23. I haven't played the PS4 version, but the PS5 upgrade is in this edition. So I've been playing the PS5 version. Excellent basketball game. I want EA to take notes. Honestly, I want them to take notes from what these guys do, even though this game's not perfect. But when it comes to their franchise mode, even with the baseball game, the franchise mode is top notch. Gameplay is really good. And I love this cover. I mean, look at this. I mean, the Michael Jordan cover. You know, I'm a big Jordan fan, and and all is going back to playing the Jordan challenges is really good too. So if you haven't gotten this and you're a basketball fan, why not? What's taking you so long? What are you doing? Nevertheless, highly recommend it. Another game I enjoyed. I'm gonna go and stick with the sports stuff. 2023 was a good year for 2K. Tiger Woods, I ain't gonna say it's Tiger Woods, but PGA Tour 2K23, excellent golfing game. I highly recommend you getting this. I've already been really huge on the golfing games from all the way back to Links 2004. What's this? Pro Stroke Golf. You also had the Tiger Woods 2014. McElroy was okay. Golf Club 2K21 was a game I played a lot. They skipped a year and jumped to 2K23. Very good game. Highly recommend this for your PS5. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. If you like golf games, go get this game. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Now, these last two games aren't necessarily sports titles, but they're very interesting games. One that you will probably know very well. But before I get to that game, I'm going to talk about this game. I think you should try this game at least. Rustler for the PS5. If you like Grand Theft Auto, this reminds me of like Grand Theft Auto 2, but back in the medieval days. You can steal people horses. You can, do all these type of other things to, take money from people. It just has this real Grand Theft Auto 2 vibe. So if you play Grand Theft Auto 2, the top-down version of Grand Theft Auto is really cool. And a fun fact, even if you played, I think, Grand Theft Auto 3, maybe in Vice City and San Andreas, even if you played those games, I think it still has the top-down camera that you could play like Grand Theft Auto 2. But nevertheless, Rustler is a really good game. I'm about halfway done with this game. And this is a pretty cool game to play. I've been telling a couple guys about it, and they played it and they actually like it. So get it. I think it's probably like a $10 game now. Last but definitely not least, because I got a couple of honorable mentions. But this game, I completed this game as well. Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. I really think this game is cool. This is a game that I really enjoyed, and I may play this again. I may do a second run of this game. A matter of fact, there's other Ratchets and Clanks I have to finish on the PS2 and PS3. But when I started playing this game, just to see what it's like, the graphics, the frame rate, this game turned out to be a very beautiful looking game. I thought 2016 Ratchet and Clank looked great, and it still does. But this turned out to be a phenomenal game. So I highly recommend it. Okay, that's the end of the games that I have. I'm gonna give you four honorable mention games. Two of them that are digital games that I have. One is Gran Turismo 7. Yes, I know that game had about a lot of problems monetization wise, but it turned out to be a really good game. I highly recommend you get Gran Turismo 7 now. They have some really good updates on that game. It's like they're trying to turn around that game similar to how they did Gran Turismo Sport. But it turned out to be a really good racing game. I recommend you getting that if you haven't already. It should be pretty cheap now. They should drop the price because a lot of people are upset at that game. And the mechanics, the driving is phenomenal. Highly recommend it. Another game, you can go either or. Not Gran Turismo, but Forza 5 or Forza 7. I've been playing a lot of Forza 7. Been playing Forza 5 since day one, since 2013. I can't believe it's almost been 10 years since I'm playing that game. Still a great racing game. I haven't completed it all the way. I think I'm like at 80% done. But let's keep saying Gran Turismo. Forza 7 is another game that I highly, highly recommend. Forza 7 is a really good game. I don't know when the next one's coming out, but Forza 7 is a really good game. I think you should go get that by now. It's on PC. You can get it on your Xbox Series. Play it at a high frame rate. Play it at 4K. You can even play it at 4K on the Xbox One X if you have an Xbox One X. I highly recommend it. Go ahead and the last two games I want to talk about. These are fighting games. Like I said, I'll get back to the fighting games, and I'm just gonna get both of these games out. These two games I've been really, really enjoying, And there's a lot of other games that's on this list that I may have forgot, but I don't want to go. I could go for days if I really wanted to. But these two games are honorable mentions, games that I enjoyed. This is Marvel's Superheroes versus Street Fighter for the Saturn. This game is a phenomenal game on the Saturn. You have to buy it on the Japanese side of things because it was not released on the for the American side. So this is an import game that I bought. This game was probably going to start, if it hasn't already, it's going up in price. I got this game for about $45 at the time. I bought this game a few years ago. Now this game's probably up. It's probably up to about $70 now. If you want to get this game, this is for guys who are really enthusiasts for Street Fighter games, and I really think that I'm not going to recommend it because there's a lot to go into. You got to get the RAM card, you got to get your Saturn set up, and it's not much to set up, but it can be a lot. But if you get it set up, like I have my Saturn set up, and this game is phenomenal. Once you get it going, beautiful, beautiful fighting game, arcade perfect with the RAM card, can't beat it. And last but not least, how could I not get into this game and by not talking about this in 2022? Because I can't stop playing this fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I recommend you get the Dreamcast version, but that game is extremely expensive now. If you get it, you can get the Japanese version for about $40. But I mean the Japanese version about $40, but you gotta have you don't necessarily need a Japanese Dreamcast, but that's probably about the way to go. The PS2 version is very expensive. This one is actually starting to go up in price as well. This game is probably about $100 on the Xbox. I'm a big collector of the original Xbox, so I play this on the original Xbox with an arcade stick. Pretty much most of these games are pretty much arcade perfect. If you really want to get this game, the cheapest way is probably on the Dreamcast for the Japanese version. The game is no longer available on the PS3 and Xbox 360. So if you can find a way to get it on that may be the best way to get it. But the arcade perfect version is the Dreamcast version. And I think the PS3 and Xbox 360 version is built off the Dreamcast version. This game is built a little differently, and the PS2 game is built differently as well. But you can't go wrong with any of them. But I love this game, and I love every other game I've showed you. Um, it's just an awesome time to game at the end of the day. So there's other games that came out recently. Like Horizon Zero Dawns, the Horizon Forbidden West, the God of Wars, Callisto Protocol. Need for Speed Unbound. There are a lot of games that came out recently. I just haven't had the time to get around to playing them because I already been playing these games, and I work a lot, and I have a second channel that I do. So it's not necessarily I get to play the latest and greatest right away. So I just play the games that I like and I enjoy, and I go along with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, share this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 2023 is going to be a phenomenal year for this channel. I'm going to do more things with this channel. Actually, do more VF cast the same way, once in the beginning of the month and one in the middle of the month, just to keep that flow going. But there's other content I may just put up. It may just be gameplay, maybe just be some commentary, maybe be some gameplay with commentary. But we'll get that all together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to get up out of here. Going to spend some time with my amazing wife and my awesome son. And I'll just see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.